Hey traders, Raghee here. It's been a while since we've done a deep dive into some day trading, and if you've been over to the Countdown Trader, we've been talking about the day trading course. So I want to give you an idea of just actually a number of the setups that I teach and the way that it panned out today in the RTY. These are trades that we took live in the room this morning, so I'm going to walk you right through them here today. So bell rings, and we know the first 30 minutes of the morning is the clearing range. And so we usually will monitor during the clearing range, but today, as we dove down into some nice lows, we actually played some IWM call day trades. Now you might say, wait a minute, Rog, that's an ETF and ETF options? Yeah, absolutely. Because in the 30 minutes of the clearing range, the markets are establishing their clearing range high to low. We don't know ultimately what it's going to be. We don't know what kind of volatility we're going to see. So it's really important to let the market establish that and know that if you're taking trades early in the session, immediately when the first 5, 10, 15 minutes after the bell, you could run into that sudden expansion. That's perfectly normal for the market to establish its typical hourly price movement range. Now, with that being said, the way that we control risk during those 30 minutes is not necessarily to pass on the trades, but if they do occur, we're going to take them with micros, which is a perfectly great futures-based alternative. And micros are kind of new. I will say, quite frankly, they're not I'm not used to thinking about them, right? After over 30 years of futures trading, micros just aren't something that I will usually gravitate towards naturally, but they're a fantastic option. But speaking of options, what I'll typically do is I'll think about the ETF alternative. In this case, that was the IWM. So what we did is we bought calls in the IWM, knowing that we have more of a premium percentage-based tolerance at a hard price-based stop loss. So if the market just kind of gets a little bit more volatile before ultimately moving higher, we can sit through that and control risk more easily with the option. All right, so that was the first trade in the IWM. And by the way, that was the only, what I endearingly call a little homage to a story that John tells about the Garden Lady. This was a Garden Lady low, V-score low accompanying the HPMR low. Love that setup. I wish it was happening after 10, but that's a setup that I rarely will pass on. It's not something that happens often, but when it does, we go for it. All right, so then the market continues higher. We've got our IWM calls, and then we get our breach right through there. We get the breach through the clearing range high, and of course our indicator, which I share with members, notifies us of that, and then we start to set up our retreat. Now the cool thing about a retreat is time, right? You had all this time right through here. I believe it was 11 minutes from our actual alert going out to the price being met. And this was the aggro level for the long. So again, you could consider micros, you can consider options, or at least a small position in the underlying futures. And then, look, the rest is history. So, I don't have to tell you guys what the Russell did after that. It was pretty spectacular. And we wound down our day at 11:30, just like I teach in the Ultimate Day Trading Strategy. This entire course is dedicated to that 2 hours in the morning, 9:30 to 11:30, and how I trade and the patterns that I look for in that very specific window. And that's exactly what we did today. This was actually a combination of two of my main pitches, the V-score and the HPMR. They culminate into my very favorite setup, that Garden Lady low setup. And then we had our breach retreat. Here's our retreat right there. There's our breach in here. And that was the day. And that's actually, that's exactly the way I like to be a day trader. Get one or two opportunities across a number of the indices and call it a day by 11:30. This is that ultimate day trading strategy at work. Want to share that setup with you. Look for these breach retreats. You don't need any fancy tools to do it, right? It's just monitoring time, highs, and lows. So hope you had a great day today. I'll see you in the next update. Hey traders, Raghee here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and leave a comment below. And also subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified of the next update. And when you're ready for some more analysis, deep dive on my trading style and different markets that I'm watching, be sure to check out my free newsletter, Countdown Trader, at countdowntrader.com. I'll see you in the next video.